fellow Faxers, thanks for coming to watch another video today. And hi to all of my new subscribers, so glad to have you here. I'm doing a really fun video today that I'm excited about, that I've been waiting to do and wanting to do for you guys, but I finally have the availability because I had my first classes yesterday and today. So I have here my 2015 school planner. Now, luckily for me, my new quarter begins in January, which is right now. And so I'm able to start fresh with this planner this year, as well as a new quarter. So I'm just going to jump in and we're going to cover a couple ways that you can set up your planner, personalize it to your needs, and also be able to get everything done so that you don't miss assignments. So first off, this is just a sugar paper LA planner from Target, from their special line. And this is really compact and easy for me to carry in my backpack, which is a plus. So there are ways you can personalize your spiral bound planner. So first off, when you open it, I have just customized it a little bit to my own liking. I put some washi tape up here, I put my name here, and then I put a little quote that says, no matter how you feel, get up, dress up, show up, and never give up. And that's just kind of like a reminder for me. Sometimes I flip my planner open and I'm able to see this quote and get a little bit of inspiration. And then when you turn the page, I have a pocket. So I created this pocket out of an envelope that I purchased from Michael's, but you can honestly get any type of craft paper, any type of scrapbook paper, any type of paper, and all I did was put adhesive on these corners here and left a little part for an opening for a pocket. And so now I have a couple of things I want to carry around with me in my school agenda. I have these really awesome stickers from the Reset Girl on Etsy, and these just say read this, so that works. And then I have these dots here, Martha Stewart dewdrops. I have a couple of blank pink list pads, some of these different list pads. These don't stick, so I have only a few of those, and then I have some bigger list pads that are the length of this planner if I ever need to write anything more. So everything just goes stuck in there if I ever need it. And then honestly, the rest is blank right now. I haven't filled anything in. This is January blank. There's plenty of room for me to put all of my things. And then this little page marker here, that's a Post-it flag, is up here at the top holding my place. And then back here I have another Post-it. So this one sticking out here takes me to, similar to a dashboard at the back of my planner with tons of sticky notes, because sometimes I write in the description of the assignment so that I don't have to relook at my syllabus, and I need Post-it notes to add on. So the good thing about putting it at the back of your planner instead of the front is that all of the weight is being forced onto the Post-it notes. When you have it in the front of your planner, there's going to be some, they might get unsticky or they might fall apart because they're not being held down by anything. So I always keep them at the back of my planner for the most part. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some ways that you can set up your planner and how it can be functional for you. First of all, I have just gotten all of my syllabuses in today and yesterday. I have a total of 3 classes that have assignments in them that I know that I need a separate school planner instead of just using my Filofax for everything. Though I might put a study plan in my Filofax on my days, I will always have a place where my assignments are. So the first thing I do when I'm setting up my school planner is I go through all of my syllabuses, and I oftentimes assign a color to each class. So here I just have all of my dates that have something due highlighted so that I know when things are due, and I can easily insert them into my planner. So here's another one here. And what I do is I pick 3 colors that I really like and I really want to use. And these are my new Pilot Friction pens. I should say highlighters, and I'm going to do a review on these, so stay tuned for that. But I usually pick 3 colors, or however many colors I have. For this quarter I have 3 that I need, but if you need 4, if you need 2 or 1, pick a color that goes to each class so that you can easily see what's due. And you'll see in a second that I don't necessarily highlight everything in this color because that would just be really confusing. I like to make little indications, and I like to highlight things that are really important in this color so that I easily know when something's due. And then you just write in all of your assignments and when things are due. So it's impossible for me to do that in the position that I'm in making this video. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then come back. I will then explain to you how I write everything into my weeks as well as my months. Okay, so I filled out the planner. It took me about a night to finish filling it out completely. I personally like to fill out my entire planner, including the weeks, and you'll see right now. So here we go. There's the pocket again, as I previously showed, and now here we are in the month. So let's talk about what we have here. First of all, I like to, like I said, get all of my syllabus and quickly write down everything that I need for that month that's due. Now, what I've done is the first tip I have for you for setting up a school planner is to color code your classes. So I took my Friction pens in light color, which I will be doing a review on soon, and I went ahead and just wrote down all the classes that I have this quarter or workshops, and I gave them a color so that it's easily recognizable throughout the entire planner. So the way that I color coded these is by giving each, I started off with the little black dot and decided I just wanted the highlighter because it was too dark. So for example, I can see right off the bat, and in person you can see the difference between these two a lot better. I have a couple of things due here for a certain class, and then this is a different class. And as I go throughout the quarter, I will be able to tell which class is which because I'll get used to it. So my first tip is to simply just color code your classes. My second tip is to use the margins. So in the margins here, I have ongoing assignments. So on this side here, I have just put an arrow to indicate ongoing, and I have written ongoing assignments here and used my color coding system to color code these, to color code the arrows based off of what class it is. So that way I know that these are ongoing assignments and I can check them every single week, or, you know, if they're weekly, like it says weekly here, week there, so that I know it's weekly and not daily, because some of your assignments might be daily. So there's my tip number 2. My tip number 3 is if you have certain things that are more important, you can use stickers or you can highlight the box. So for this particular thing, I have a test there. It's really important. I used a dot and I highlighted the box as well so that I can easily recognize that. And then for this one, that was in one thing that I was looking forward to. So I went ahead and put a Martha Stewart dot. Now over here on the sticky note, I also have a couple reminders. I like to use this arrow because it helps me recognize things that are important. I don't like to highlight the entire thing because it gets to be too much. But here I have just reminders about lesson plans and about my schedule there on a sticky note. And so then I can just move that to next month when next month arrives. So I'm just going to run through the planner and show you a couple of things. So that was last week and that's this week. I like to put notes on weeks that are in past. So if I have a note that I need for, let's say, you know, another date, I like to put notes on the past week so that I can use it kind of like as note pages. So even though there's not a set note pages in this planner, you can still create them by putting sticky notes or by putting actual note pages within your pages that are past, and you can create a notebook out of it without losing all of your work and needing a separate note page. So this right now is going to be the upcoming week, the next upcoming week, and I'm going to show you how I set this up. So first of all, when I take off this sticky note, first of all, like I said, I have just transferred the same Martha Stewart dot over to the week. And what I do is I start at the beginning of the day and I work my way down. So at 7:10 in the morning, I have to student teach, as you can see. And when I have something that I cannot forget or I need to bring, I go ahead and start it there on the bottom so that I know that is something important that needs to be brought or needs to be done. Then I have a meeting that's no particular class or any particular thing that I need to do. So I just put it and I leave it black. But I also have a don't forget there as well. And then finally we get here where it's student teaching. Now I'm using the same color coding system as I have in my in my month, I should say. So I have student teaching here and I've just highlighted ST. So I also use different codes to indicate the different classes. So I know this is Ed 282B, this is student teaching, this is seminar, this is Ed 227, and this is technology. So that just in case I may not recognize the color right away, I then recognize the acronym, and then we're okay. So what I do is you can't really tell here, you'll be able to tell in the next one because nothing is necessarily due the following week. But sometimes I like to put a little goal for myself. So if I have something due maybe the next week or possibly even this week, but most likely for the next week, I like to put a goal for the week. So this is my goal, and my goal for by the end of this week on Sunday is to have a topic for my unit. So I like to go ahead and put that sometimes, and that usually doesn't come to me right away. It'll come to me as time passes on. So this little sticky note here is for an ongoing assignment. As you can see, this assignment is not due until March, but I have so many things. All of these dots are components of that assignment. So I will need to have those things done by March. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this sticky note and I'm going to just transfer it to the next week so that I always have it in front of me and I know that it's there and I don't forget that that's an ongoing assignment because it's a big one. As you can see, all these things that are related to it. And as I go through these things, I can go ahead and highlight each component that's finished so I can see how far I'm going. And I will just continue moving this throughout the planner, throughout the month, throughout the quarter, so that I can always have it there in my vision in my planner. Okay, so this is going to be the week after that. Like I said, you are going to see, and I'm not going to show you everything, I will flip through. I have it all the way up until March, the last day of the quarter. Everything is written in, all of my assignments, and you will see how. So up here, I just have something that needs to be done by this day. So instead of putting it in a particular day right now, because I don't know when I'm going to work on it, I stick it on a sticky note and I go ahead and put it anywhere at the beginning of my day, anywhere before it's due. Like I said, day off from student teaching, I have student teaching there again. And then finally, we get to another thing here. Now, first I started out by saying just due with the color, something that was due, and then I decided, no, I'm going to go back to the way that I always do it, which is to put the acronym, the time of the class, so that I know where I'm at. You can see there, and then I have little arrows to indicate an assignment that's due, and then I write the word due so that I know it's due. Sometimes it's not due, sometimes it's just a check-in or something like that. So I went ahead and highlighted all these things, and I can see what's due that day just by looking there. And then when I do finish it, I can actually continue highlighting it, or I can just check it off right next to it. It just depends on your preference. I usually just check it off. And then I have the same thing here. I have the time, and then I have the due there and what's due. And then I have here just something that I have to attend to. Up here at the top, I don't want to forget to continue doing weekly parent contacts, so I have that up there as a reminder, so it's always there. So now I'm just going to flip through a couple of these pages because they're basically the same format, but I wanted to show you that they're all written in. So here we go for February. It's the same exact thing. Important things are highlighted completely, or the box is highlighted. And I've done my ongoing assignments, I've done my color coding. So this is really a day's work if you are going to set this up ahead of time, which I recommend. Because all you have to do is go through and look on that day and see. Now sometimes what I like to do if I have room, for example here, Ed 282B, this is due. And if I want a little note about what it's about, because it's in my syllabus, I will just put a little dash here, minimum 25 items in matrix. So then I know, okay, I'm creating a matrix. I have 25 items due. I better get started. So that's what I do sometimes there. I'm going to continue flipping. And this is just the rest of February. I don't have anything different. Then we come to March, and I did the same exact thing, except for I added a little sticky note for my break. I do have a spring break, and I wanted to indicate which, what the times were. And I went ahead and highlighted through my spring break there and indicated what they were for. And I just used a highlighter for that. And then we come to my last month here in March. And finally, my last day, Thursday, or possibly not Thursday, but that's my last assignment that's in my syllabus. And so that's how I would set it up. Now, actually using it, I will continue, for example, I added to, so actually using it, like I said, I will put notes in it, like I mentioned before, and I will actually add in things. So for example, today I added this because that's what I found out at my workshop, and sometimes I will add things in. For example, if I want to work on something on Tuesday, I will go into my planner and I will write in, work on this, study this from 3 to 4, study this from 5 to 6, and indicate what I want to study in this little section so that it's related to school and it continues to be all about school in the planner. This is all school related items. So there you go. That's how I set up my school planner. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me or leave me a comment. Emailing me is always a little bit better because I update my comments every once in a while and not necessarily every day. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I hope that your school planner works for you and that you got some tips and tricks. And I will see you in my next video. I'm actually working really hard on my school organization guide, so stay tuned. And I can't wait to release it. I think you guys are going to love it. And I just hope you have a great day. Happy planning!